Thank you.
I sent you a mail. I don't know if you got the mail.
I did yesterday.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. But I didn't get a response from you.
My apologies.
I had met Unoma about 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Actually, I did tell you some part of my background. At the point, I wasn't doing medicine at all. I wasn't in healthcare at all. The later I was doing was project management Six Sigma training. I didn't even want to hear healthcare at all. But I did a program in 2012 and it was on patient safety. It's called Team Steps. Team Studies to Enhance Performance and Patient Safety. So that was what really brought me back into healthcare.
How did it go?
Oh, it was alright. But Nigeria, there are so many low-hanging pains, so much that people don't want. We have not even conquered the quality battle. You are coming to us with patient safety. Let's even satisfy our customers first before we start learning how to keep them safe in our hospitals.
Fair enough.
So that was a challenge. But a few hospitals like yours are changing the game. I know you guys did the Koshasa thing.
No, we did safe care.
You did safe care. Koshasa,
Yes,
did you finish it?
Oh yeah.
Oh great. Congrats. That's a big deal.
Yeah, we're the first and only Nigerian hospital to get 5 stars. And first hospital in Africa to get 5 stars in safe care.
Great one.
Yeah.
Now that's safe care.
Using safe care?
Yes. We did it a few years ago.
Well,
They started years back. A lot of hospitals got onto that long before they did. Those hospitals never finished. They started about 5-6 years ago.
No, we finished it.
I'm not even talking about it. I mean, safe care going to different hospitals,
Yeah.
and they never finished. Congrats, that's a big
We
deal.
completed ours in the 18 months. I think they said it was 18 to 24 months.
That means you hired a quality manager.
No.
How did you
Me
do
and
it?
Dr. Mrs. Umbono did it together.
Wow, wow.
It was stressful.
Dr. Hero, I'm going to come back to you.
It was
So
stressful.
you have an experience with safe care.
yes, we are trying to work on getting on safe care.
Getting on.
Yes.
So you're talking to Farm Access?
Yes, I think I'm leading the team now, trying to work on.
So you are going to have a number also.
Yes.
No problem.
My brother has been on my head like if we don't complete safe by the next I think he has given me several deadlines for that. Idea
They
deadline
give
for
you
safe
very
care. So
strict deadlines.
I mean, it's going
A lot of us were not able to keep up with those deadlines. I'll tell you my personal experience in one of those hospitals. So they had a challenge. How can we consult? I could help you with. Okay, this is nice. What you don't have is somebody to actually execute all these plans, somebody to actually follow up. So let me do a report. I'll tell you what next to do. Did the report? They paid me for it, but that was the end of that engagement. I've done like 3 hospitals like that. No implementation. They pay me to come in, study our system, do up something. Okay, let's move on to the next, and that's the end. They paid me, not that it was free. So, well done, ma. Great one.
Thank you.
Great. Dr. Halo.
The problem actually have been staff motivation. Management are not able to get to the level of the staff to implement what
Some
you
of this.
recommended and all
Oh.
that.
That's a challenge also. What she didn't tell you, she just says I'm an engineer, I manage a hospital. She had a master's, not in Nigeria. She did a couple of work somewhere. So she's got that capacity and experience to push through a program like that. So when we started talking, we realized that human capital was a big challenge in Epoma. So how do you solve that? That's the major. He's got a big. In fact, he has how many beds?
34.
He has a 34-bed hospital.
Wow.
His power generating bill per month is now up to 80K. Wow. Are you curious?
How?
Yeah, exactly. How?
Actually, 4 hours flight.
How? How?
But he did it. He's
I
here.
want to know what I won't believe.
I know, because you have already diesel all day.
No, even forget diesel, just our Eco Disco bill. Forget the diesel bill. Just the Eco Disco bill alone. You don't want to know.
Wow.
Now that we had to install our own transformer, I can imagine what the bill will look like now. But hey.
But his own experience. Should we do 5 minutes? Talk about your experience, then we can come here. Okay, please. She wants to know about your power
Yes,
experience.
yes.
I'm on solar, and the generator will power it. Then I also have from NEPA
Okay.
to also power it. So on
Diesel
the average,
generator.
yeah, diesel generator. On the is automated.
Okay.
On the average,
Come
sev-
on.
on the average, 70% of light comes from the solar system.
Okay.
And the remaining 30%, both NEPA and
Amazing. How many
diesel.
batteries do you have?
48.
Okay.
Is an OBGYN center.
We are going on gas. That's the next thing we want to do. LPG.
I don't even want to know how much that is.
No, it's cheap. It's
Okay.
cheap, much cheaper than diesel. So LPG is about 45 naira per kilowatt hour, as
Okay.
opposed to diesel that's about 75 naira.
So you're kind of halving your.
Yeah, so it will help us reduce our power bill.
What's your power bill like now? Just
If
gross estimate.
Diesel and PHCN and about 1.2 million.
Per month.
Yes. Yes.
So if you have that, it comes to 600. How many beds are in your new center? I can't guess.
15.
I've never been
No,
there.
it's very. We're not big on admission. We've never been big
So
on
it's
admission. What we did
more
was we increased our outpatient
Outpatient.
capacity. We didn't really increase the inpatient capacity.
Okay.
We do ambulatory care and things like
Oh,
that to keep
okay.
people out of the hospital.
Great.
That's
How is it utilization like your consulting rooms? How many do you have?
we have 9, I believe, 8 or 9.
And they're constantly used?
They're constantly used.
Constantly?
Yeah, doctors have to share. So sometimes a doctor needs to see a patient, one will be waiting in the reception and they'll come and wait in my office till somebody.
Then
So-
your place is too small for you already.
Yeah, it is. It actually is, but we're not expanding anytime soon.
Well,
Milk
I
it.
would have thought that was the next thing to do.
We'll milk it first.
I would have thought, well, now that VI is over, what's it called? Is it utilized, I should say? Maybe somewhere on the mainland.
We
May-
have an Ikeja branch. Oh, we've not spoken in a long time. We have an Ikeja branch.
Really, where?
At Jao Road.
I know Ajao Road though.
Yes.
Right
we
beside
bought an
me.
old hospital.
Oh, that King and something.
No, Ugo.
Yeah, Hugo.
We bought
Right
it.
on that road.
Yes.
But you haven't branded it, you haven't done it.
Yeah, our sign is out.
I still
there.
passed that place. Was it
Our sign
yesterday?
is there. If you look, you'll see it.
Man.
That one is an outpatient clinic for now. There's room for inpatient, but we want to grow slowly.
Why do you want to grow slowly? I asked that question because the guy that was beside you before, everybody has realized the more footprint I have everywhere, the better. Why are you going slowly?
So we did start off as a 24-hour hospital against my advice, to be honest. I didn't think it was a good idea,
But
the
the
other
HMOs wouldn't have
partners-
come to you.
HMOs came to us, the other partners thought it was a good idea. The problem is, like he says, human capital is the problem. Who is going to supervise and manage those people? The truth is that the consultants that we have, the managers that we have, the strong people, are still trying to make sure that the VI branch stays on track. So we needed to hire new people. New people are not going to be able to manage.
Come to terms
So what
quickly.
we tried to do a thing where we were rotating between the two branches, then our management started to burn out from stress. Traffic alone in Lagos,
Yeah.
coming to Ikeja. For those of us who lived on the island, and the majority of us do. A couple of us live on the mainland, so those ones still go there as often as they can, but they're needed. The traffic is still in VI. So it became a challenge managing the patients, ensuring good outcomes. We were getting some complaints and it was beginning to demarket the VI branch. So we scaled back. Now we're growing it slowly. I think we will soon get to the point where we would need to start admitting people. Because what we do now, we have an ambulance that just, if you need to admit, then
Bring them
move you
together.
to VI.
Oh, to
That's
yeah.
what we do now
Okay.
for now. So, I mean, we will eventually have to scale up. But at least now we have a few extra consultants that we can move permanently.
To this place.
Yeah, so that will help.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't want to hire somebody that lives on the mainland, probably in Ikeja, come to VI, work there for the next 3-4 months. then
That's what we're doing now.
push back.
So we have a consultant that that lives on the mainland who is working in VI now. She's
Okay.
eventually going to move back.
Okay.
And
So you guys are expanding gradually. It's that you're doing it slowly.
yes, because it's organic. There's no money. Nobody wants to invest in healthcare.
Ah,
Mm.
we'll talk about that part.
Which is part of why I said no expansion for now.
We'll
Let's
talk
pay
about that part.
dividends first.
But FCMB with they're doing a 9% thing.
Who?
FCMB.
The only people I know are Sterling Bank.
Okay, I think it's
I
Sterling.
think it's Sterling Bank that's
Yeah.
doing something. We're talking to them.
Okay, great. So, though none of your competition are here.
No, I don't mind.
Epuma,
I'm not-
Worry.
I'm not afraid of competition. There are at least 20 million people in Lagos.
Yeah.
There are not enough
The
doctors.
sky is too big.
It's too big. I don't know why people are concerned with competition.
But I would have been concerned if you were still at your old place and that big guy was right beside you. I would have been concerned. But it's nice that you moved
We're
on.
doing okay, even with the big guy there. We're stealing their patients.
Great one. Great one.
Like I said, Lagos is
It's big enough.
Big enough.
So basically, this was why we actually, I'd explained that my background is, when we met, I had done the Six Sigma thing, but I
Yes.
wasn't really pushing it out. But my background is really Six Sigma, and his own operating cost is, his own headache is different. And we are taught about his human capital, and there's so much attrition. You train a set of people, 6 months down the line, they're gone.
Where are you losing them to?
Government work, some marriage, they now relocate.
So that's what I'm actually running my mind around. For him, we'll be able to solve a little bit of his problem. He needs to go and talk to him and get his 600 power bill down.
Yes.
So you guys are sorting out the issues gradually. So we just want to focus on organization performance. Yeah, things are tough, but is it possible to still get more out of this?
Well, I'll be honest with you. One of the things that helps, the only place that we lose employees to, at least medical employees, is the ones that are leaving the country.
Yeah.
And there's really nothing anybody
Nothing
can
can
do
do
about
about
that. We don't lose people to government work. We don't lose people to other hospitals ever. So,
Why?
that's-
Finish safe care, you understand.
It's not just safe care. So I think the corporate culture.
Those accreditation standards have a way of changing your culture.
You think so?
I totally agree with that. It's culture.
I think
But they have a way of changing it.
they do.
Those hospitals that haven't finished, they can't change their culture. That's why they are still stuck in the...
I think, honestly, I think it's...
Of course, I know Dr. Yeah.
No, it's,
Love
having,
the...
it's not having... No. Sorry, doctors are the problem.
Lord have mercy.
Not Dr. Onya. I think what helps a lot is having a non-medical person in senior management. Doctors are not flexible at all.
Wow.
I don't know why. Okay, actually, I don't know why.
I wish Toby was here
From my
listening to this.
observation, medicine is a course that requires you to be extremely hardworking.
Okay.
See, I'm an engineer. All you need to do to be an engineer is to be a bit smart. You can be lazy, you still pass. If you have sense, you listen in class. That's not enough for medicine. Having sense is not enough for medicine.
You have to be hard.
You have to be
It's hard work,
hardworking.
really.
Engineers are lazy by nature. That's the way we are. So you find the easiest way to get the task done.
Yeah.
That's how an engineer thinks. They're always looking for how can I use 10 minutes to complete this 1 hour task. That's how an engineer's mind is constantly looking for the shortest way. It hasn't really paid me because I've gotten to the point where the hospital can run without me being there now.
Yeah.
I just need to do 1 or 2 things for 15 minutes and then for the rest of the day I'm in my office like this looking and everything is working. That I've been able to pass that down
So you've built a structure
yes,
that works without...
that allows people to be flexible. So sometimes somebody needs a day off but they have something to do. We will allow you to take your computer home, get the work done, have your day off to do whatever that personal thing is as long as you can.
You are that flexible that I could tell you, sorry ma, next week...
I need 2 days. Have you completed X, Y, Z? It will come from your leave, but you can also work from home to a
What
large
that
extent.
makes me understand is that you already have KPIs for people.
Yes, we do.
What they are supposed,
What
to,
they are
achieve.
supposed to achieve.
So
Yeah.
whether you are in or not, as long as you achieve your goals.
Yeah, and then we try to be a bit more accommodating of, I mean, because we're also very female led. Because women are the problem when they get married out there and they get pregnant, and then, like now, I'm allowed to close at 4.
Okay.
Because I'm pregnant. Okay, don't drive in traffic, this and that. So
you needed to make a system.
Yes, they want to open a creche so that people with young children who are
Can come.
scared. So the Ikeja branch has a creche.
Oh, great.
So 3 or 4 of our employees bring their
Kids in there.
kids, and then they pay for it, so it doesn't cost us anything. It's just the space, and then it's taken from their salary every month, and then they have their little children upstairs. You can
So
see them during their lunch break.
Their mind
Their
is...
minds are down, and then they don't, because the one of them was going to quit, but now she you can't sack her. She'll not go because she's not. She doesn't know
So it's
where
not even
she's
about the
going.
pay anymore.
Yeah, she doesn't know where she's going to go, where she's going to take her daughter. I don't know if it's a son or a daughter really to work. So she feels stuck almost. So those are the things that we do
Dr.
that.
Dr. Halo?
Yeah.
You've grabbed that.
Yes.
And team building exercises. They have such a huge impact.
You know what?
Yeah.
Tomorrow we're going to talk about staff performance.
Okay.
Can
Then
I
I will sit down. You will come and stand there.
I'm just telling you, I think that, at least I think that the
Doc-
things I retain.
No matter how much we talk about sales generation, reducing cost, if your staff are not attuned,
Yes.
yeah, it's all story.
Did you read the form I filled?
Yeah, I saw it. Oh, she's talked about them, right?
Yes, I was talking about how to staff motivation. Those are the.
So I'm sure you've picked
making
one or two
them
things.
see the big picture, then being flexible. Those are the issues. But how do clinicians get to work from the house?
Clinicians
We
can't
haven't even
work from
started.
home. No, so this is administrative people and management. So the head of the pharmacy, the head nurse, the matron, those are the people that can have flexibility. Clinicians cannot have that kind of flexibility.
But it's possible. It's possible. I have an appointment system that is built on the clinician.
So sometimes they do that. So some of our doctors will decide that they need to do something during the day, and then they run an evening clinic.
So see that flexibility is
So
working.
we contact all their patients and we tell them, Doctor so and so will not be around in the morning, but from 2 to 8 they'll be in the hospital.
So that answers that question.
That's as flexible as
But
it
that's
gets
how
for
flexible
them.
it could be, not
Yeah.
at off-site work.
No, they
That's
can't. No,
offsite.
clinicians can't do offsite work. It's only like report writing and
Yes.
stuff that they can
Yeah.
take home with them if they must, but they have to be there to see their patients. Yeah.
I think we've done introduction, the goals. We have even solved some of our problems. Let's just, for the purpose of completion, let's go through the slides.
Of course.
Okay, so basically, we said 2 things: increase your revenue,
Yes.
reduce your cost. That's how to optimize profit. That's the summary. And of course, the business we do most times is reflecting.
It's reflecting and I can't see the screen.
Can you dim the light, please? At the point I was going to.
I think it's this one.
Okay,
I don't
that
know
one,
if it's
yes,
this
yes.
one that
It's
is
this one.
reflecting on the screen, not this one. This one's
At the point I was going to. I was going to say, please bring your system, but I thought there is really no need. because we all can see, you can jot, and I will send this to you. And you know those you used to print out.
Yeah, but I have my
Please.
computer. I always
You are
do.
saving the.
Yes, it's perfect for me. Is it
Thank
not?
you.
Is it still in your way? It's now in your face.
Is it okay now?
So it's okay, sir.
Ouch. I can see now. I see what you suffered.
It's
It's
blocking
reflecting.
the screen, yeah.
Okay.
Is it better?
Better now. Is it?
Maybe you
I
move
think
forward.
yeah, I'll move a little bit.
You
Yes.
move
Yeah,
forward.
this is fine. This is fine. I can see.
Of course, we are in a service business. It's not that I'm selling a bottle of water. Go home. They're not taking anything anyway. It's an so basically, what this is just telling you that you are selling an experience. That's what you're selling. That's the promise you made to people when you come to our hospital. Yeah, I'll solve your clinical problem, but you have a nice experience going through our system. And when we say bye, it means your problem is solved when you're leaving. It's as you are delivering it, that the person is enjoying the service immediately. That's why it's simultaneous. There's no ownership, because as you attended to a patient A in the morning, you attend to patient B in the evening. Nobody's owing anything. Yeah. So the whole point here is that it's an experience you're selling. And funny enough, when the patient comes into your healthcare place, whether HMO, hospital, or diagnostic, I think they spend more time, not even doing the consultation or the procedure. They spend more time doing maybe waiting, talking to the accountant.
Vitals.
Waiting time.
Waiting time is a huge
Waiting
problem.
time. It's a problem.
They spend more time doing that.
But sorry, can I ask a question?
Please.
In your hospital, are you able to no transfer of ownership? Does it work in gynae? Because I find that's the only set
Area.
of doctors that cannot do that,
Okay.
and I'm guilty.
You are so
I won't
attached
lie.
to your gynae
Most
that.
it's even I'm guilty. My gynae went on leave for a month and I didn't go for antenatal care. I work in the hospital. I know the other gynae. I just refused. And I waited till she came back. And she's like, why? You've missed how many weeks? I said, sorry, you want to see somebody else. So are you able to do that? Or how does it work for you? I'm just asking.
Yeah, I understand.
It's not easy. The patients are really attached. And
Great.
I've received so many calls.
Wow.
So,
I think,
is there a way to make money from such attachment?
You don't even make money from it.
We're going to
Well,
see
perhaps,
this. Yeah, but it's quite possible to make money
perhaps
from
there's a
it.
way.
Yeah.
Okay,
Go on, please. You're going to ask
Interesting.
something.
no, I think it's good. The setting is good. The MD. I'm also. I can be. I'm kind of a victim too, so I can explain from that point of view. When you want to see the most senior doctor, and yet there's a junior doctor, to see how do you cope. How have you been able to manage that transition to the extent where someone can
That one is-
accept to see you instead of another doctor.
that one is a nightmare. I'll call them baby doctors.
It's based on mentorship. It got to the point where right now sometimes I have to avoid seeing some patient and say, please see chief. Chief would like to see you. No, I can see you. I want to see you. I mean, it has to do with a mentorship where sometimes some person say, you talk like, are you doctor's son or doctor's nephew? That you begin to talk like him, you begin to act like him, I even laugh like him. And like, it's a process. Actually, it has to do with mentorship. When you
It
find
has to do
someone you
with
want.
standardization.
Standardization, yeah.
But finish what you're saying. I will tell you
So,
why.
you're making a clone of yourself. So if you have a standard, exactly, start from a standard. What is your standard? Your standard can be based on a particular doctor. That doctor multiplies that standard into different doctors. This is our standard. This is the respect you give to. These are our core values. Respect these core values. And at the end of the day, sometimes you may have those challenges initially for a doctor, for a patient not wanting to see another doctor. But at the end of the day, when you reluctantly see some processing, like I mean, a patient has once said that, I'm sorry for misjudging you. I didn't know what you judged me, but I'm really sorry for misjudging. I misjudged your size, and like I'm
small doctor.
Your chief should be proud of you. I'm like, oh, because it's a matter of time. and standardization and mentorship of that standard you create, but it takes time. And the
So-
key there is being able to, can you really have that mentorship program? Because you, as Chief said, sometimes the challenge is moving after some months. They want to leave and this like that. If you can, even it doesn't have to even be with younger doctors. It can be with older doctors. Are they going to really keep? Now the challenge is not going to be with the even younger doctors right now with us. Is that another maybe gynae comes or a surgeon comes, it's difficult to create that style with someone who feels I already have my style. So you
Yeah.
can't come and tell me this is the
You're
style
right.
you want.
But again,
Sorry, how do you think that problem can be solved? Like he is the CEO, he's got the way they do things in this hospital. Somebody new is coming in, another specialist, and that one is claiming I have my style. You know why I asked you specifically that question? Because you have been able to translate your ethos, your culture, into anybody that comes into your center.
Yes.
That's why I asked you that
To
question.
be honest, sometimes there's some fighting involved. That's
So it's carrot and stick.
Yes.
Great.
Yes. That's really the only way, especially with the consultants. They're the most difficult people to break into the culture, but we find a way.
Did you onboard them?
Yes, we do. We have
Even with the onboarding, you still
even
have
with the
problem.
onboarding.
Come
There's
on,
there's
these
some little
guys.
things that are not really tangible, but sometimes go.
They pick up
They-
over time.
yeah, so it's like okay, so in our hospital we don't you don't send an admin person to make photocopies for you. If you need to make photocopies,
Get up and
you
go
get
make
up
it.
and go and make your photocopies yourself. So there are little things like that.
Of
we
course,
can't
they are not used to
They're
that.
not used to that. So they come and somebody will drop. Sometimes even on my own table, I need 10 copies of this.
Really?
No problem. I mean, I find a way to manage how we are going to get your 10 copies by yourself. And I'll tell you, well, we have this copier and that copier, and there's one downstairs
DIY.
closer to you. If you don't know how to use the copier, I can ask somebody to teach